Welcome back, Indiana Sports Beat Radio here on this Friday before Christmas, December 22nd, and we have a Christmas present for you to open up here. One of Indiana's newest commitments at quarterback from Columbus High School in Miami, Florida, Alberto Mendoza. Alberto, how are you, sir? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Man, it's a pleasure. What a whirlwind it's probably been for you. The recruiting world is always a big circus and lots going on, but so much change toward the end with Curt Cignetti changing jobs to Indiana that opened up some opportunities for you, and which one obviously that you were happy to take, and coming to the Big Ten now. So can you imagine, although you've had a couple great last couple of years, and we'll talk about that, but you're going to be going from playing in your last game, a state high school game, to playing in the Big Ten. That's just the thought of that. What's that thought process like?
I mean, I'm excited. I mean, South Florida football is the highest level of football in the United States. So it's not going to be as hard as a transition as some other guys, but I think that it's obviously a big transition from high school to the Big Ten. The Big Ten's amazing. I'm very excited to play in the Big Ten, and I'm ready to get after it. I'm excited to get up there and work, get after it. I just want to get there already, learn the playbook, get with Coach Owen, start putting on some muscle and weight. So yeah.
Your confidence level is up there with your new head coach, Curt Cignetti. Obviously, a very confident person. He is putting out this very, very confident vibe. Some of his comments they're great. The other day, my favorite one already now going for the rest of the next season has got to be, I win. Google me. I don't know if you saw his press conference or see that stuff.
I saw it. Yeah,
but when you see that kind of thing, what do you think about?
I like it. I think he's a confident coach. He's won at many places. He has the right to say that because he's won so much. And yeah.
Well, and you have
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying you have that same level of confidence, but that's because you also have been winning where you've been. You've won back-to-back state championships. And as you mentioned, it's in South Florida, not exactly an easy place to win and to do it in back-to-back seasons. First of all, congratulations. And what a feeling that has to be to back up getting that first one.
Yeah, I mean, it was just great because they're two totally different teams. And just to be able to put together two different games in the state championship games back-to-back years is just amazing. Be able to go back-to-back because it's so hard down here. We have so many great athletes. Every team we play has some guys going to the next level. There's not a team we didn't play that didn't have a guy that had a lot of scholarship offers or opportunities or is committed to go play somewhere. So we're always playing the highest level competition down here. There's never really an off game, especially with our schedule. So it's always great competition, and yeah, it's great to be able to win down here in South Florida where there's so much talent.
And playing in those games, that's the highest level that you could play in before you go to college. A state championship game in a state that is one of the football. You've got Texas, you've got Ohio, you got Pennsylvania, you've got Florida. Those are probably the four what you would call football states in the country, just from way back. But playing in that kind of environment, what has that done to help you as you look forward to moving to the next level?
I mean, yeah, we've had some big crowds and stuff. Nothing like the Big Ten, obviously, but just the way the defensive backs especially fly around. I know the up front is going to be a completely different game because once you get to that level, like it changes drastically. But the DBs in Florida and the receivers are just they're different breeds. They're fast, they're quick, they have great ball skills. So just be able to, especially our DBs in practice, we go against some great DBs every single day. That we have a couple of DBs with Big Ten offers. So I go against them every day. So be able to play against Big Ten caliber players in practice every day just gets me better, and it's just I'm ready to go.
Last year, you won the quarterback battle to be the starting quarterback as a junior, and you took over for your older brother at that high school. What was that like for you?
I mean, it was great. I backed up my brother, myself. That's obviously why I didn't play. He's at Cal Berkeley now as a starting quarterback there. And I backed him up. I learned a lot from him. So it was good to be able to learn behind him, learn the offense, develop, get bigger, stronger. pick his mind for anything that I was still trying to figure out. So just be able to sit that year. A lot of people be like, "Oh, you sat your sophomore year. I don't know about that." Like, but at the end of the day, if you're a playmaker and you're a baller, they're gonna find you. So it doesn't matter you play 4, 3, 2, or 1 year. As if you're balling, they're gonna find you. So yeah, I wasn't worried.
Absolutely. And you talk about that. Obviously, you've been playing at a high level. Your teams are playing at a high level, and everything is looking. Everyone is looking forward to carrying that over. Whether you're a player or a coach at Indiana, the coaching staff coming in from James Madison, where they have had success. Of course, Coach Cignetti having had success there. Tino Sunseri, tell me about you're dealing with him because they've done a great job working with quarterbacks. I know that was a very important part for you.
Yeah, that's definitely Coach Siri does a great job of developing quarterbacks. You see the past quarterbacks he's developed at JMU, all been players, Sunbelt Player of the Year. So being able to see how he develops quarterbacks and I want to be developed as a quarterback. I know I'm very far from my roof or my ceiling, so I want to go somewhere that I can develop as a quarterback, have a good system, because JMU's offense like last year is very similar to my offense, 11 personnel, 10 personnel, 12 personnel. So just be able to go to somewhere that's similar with great coaching and the history of great development is just a great opportunity for me, and I'm very excited about it.
Well, Coach Cignetti has said, "Hey, every position is open, and so there will be obviously a quarterback battle when you get here. This quarterbacks room is going to be full of some very capable competitors. Yourself, of course, Tyler Cherry, of course. Daggone, I'm blanking on his name from Ohio. Rourke coming in as well, and Taven Jackson, who's in place. What do you look forward to in that battle? You've gone through those battles before, and did that get you ready for this?
Yeah, I look forward to competing because competing at the end of the day makes me better, makes me a better quarterback, pushes me to work harder, pushes me to do that, and just being able to compete. It's an amazing opportunity. I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't be the quarterback I was today if I didn't compete going into my junior year. I wouldn't be anywhere close. So the opportunity to compete, push myself, push the other guys. I haven't met them yet. I'm sure they're great guys and super nice. So I'm excited to meet them and just be able to. At the end of the day, the best guy's gonna play. So I'm ready to get in there, work my butt off, and do everything I can do to become the best quarterback I can be. At the end of the day, it's about me. It's not about them. So just pushing myself every single day to the best I can be. And if that's the best quarterback in the room, then so be it. If it's not, it's not, you know? So I'm just ready to put my best out there and do everything I can in my power and to be able to be the starting quarterback and control the controllables, you know?
It's obvious to see why you were such desired. Just your mindset, your abilities have already been showed, but your mindset is exactly what a coach would want to hear. You've sat out as a sophomore watching your brother play, and what did you learn when you were on the side, when you were in the waiting in the wings type of thing?
I learned a lot. I learned how to read defenses, how to analyze defenses, how to match my drops with the routes and just different things like that. And my brother, we always watch film together on how he watches film, how what he looks at, does different stuff. So it definitely helped a lot being able to like because we obviously same school. I would go to school with him. We would lift early in the morning, and we would have to practice in the afternoon. So I was with him 24/7. We would wake up together, do everything together, and just being able to be with him, learning, seeing his habits, seeing how he got where he is right now, it's just amazing. So yeah.
What are you looking forward to? You're coming to Bloomington early, right? You're going to be a mid-season
No, I'm
enrollee.
not. I'm
You're
not. I
not.
can't. My
Okay,
school's
you're
a
not.
lot.
And so you'll continue to work on your own through the spring. What about Indiana and this coaching staff? Was it that led you to pick Indiana?
I already had a great relationship with the coaching staff that was at JMU, obviously, who's now in Indiana. So it was really just seeing that if I liked Bloomington, and I did when I went up there on my official visit, I definitely liked it. So that was the biggest thing. But just a relationship I've built throughout. They started recruiting me probably last summer. So last summer or for like early, very early spring. So I've developed a great relationship with Coach Siri, Coach Shanahan, and Coach Cignetti. So I have a lot of trust in them, and I think they're great coaches. They have a lot of experience, and they put a lot of winning teams together. So yeah.
We're having some fun today too. I just realized this. Jesse Eisenberg, he played. You probably never saw the movie, the social media about Facebook, but he played Mark Zuckerberg in that. And for odd reason, he lives in Bloomington. Hard to believe. Uh, just a little trivia there for you. See, because you don't that way you can know things when you get to Bloomington. How important is it to you to be a part of the university, to be a part of the town? It's a college town. It's a typical great Big Ten college town with all kinds of different events and successful sports. How much are you looking forward to being a part of that entire experience?
I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. Just the atmosphere, the Big Ten atmosphere, college town, all the students who go crazy about football. I'm very excited. So it's gonna be a great opportunity to be able to play on the huge stage with a lot of support from the fan base and college. So I'm just excited because like it's an amazing opportunity that I didn't have before. So I'm gonna do everything to cherish this opportunity and get after it.
I know you've been busy doing your own things, but have you been keeping up with some the recruits that are coming in and the transfers that are coming in to your future team?
Like, sorry, you broke up there. I couldn't hear you.
I said I know you've been busy doing your own thing, getting through finals and all that. But have you been able to keep up with some of the transfers and the signings that Indiana's made over the last couple of days?
Yeah, I've been looking at the Twitter a little bit. I haven't really been in contact with a ton of players. I've been in contact with a couple, but mostly it's probably when I get there where I'm gonna meet most of the guys because just it's you. I text them, but at the end of the day, you don't build a relationship over text. So when I see them, I'll be able to build that relationship, and I'm sure they're great people, and I'm excited to meet them. So yeah.
Absolutely. And what about what did Coach Cignetti sell you on? How did he when he was asked, how does he sell his vision and his culture? His response was that famous, "I win. Google me." Uh, but was it just that simple? Because he was winning at James Madison. He had turned a program into a lot of people hadn't really heard of into a top 25 team.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons. The history he has of just having great coaching, great how do you say this? Great just culture, great culture. That's what I was looking for. Great culture of the team, very hardworking team. Always has the right guys in the building, which is very important. He recruits the right guys. Maybe they're not the highest star guys, but they're the right guys to be in there, and those guys win. Those guys will work hard. So I'm just excited. He sold me on that. Obviously, his history, all the guys, and he knows football. He's been around football for a very long time. He's very knowledgeable, and he's a coach that you want to be under just because of how knowledgeable he is about and how much football he's coached and seen. He's been at Alabama under Nick Saban, and just that by itself, and Nick Saban commenting on him is just a big upside. And the way he has the vision for the program, the vision for me, the vision for the players, and just everything. So it's amazing.
And speaking of your vision, what is your vision of you at the next level? It doesn't even have to be. We could talk about Indiana since it's going to be there, but just your vision as yourself as a college quarterback.
I mean, my vision is probably just work. I'm gonna work my butt off every single day, and when my opportunity arises, then that's what I'm doing. It might be this year, it might be next year, it might be in 3 years. Who knows? Whenever I get my opportunity to step on the field, that's gonna be my shot, and I'm gonna be prepared to do so to put my best out there. So that's my mindset. You don't know when you're gonna play. You don't know what's gonna happen. But at the end of the day, all you can do is just prepare every day and act like you're gonna play every single game and every day. So just that's my mindset really. I'm focusing on this. He's obviously at the next level like the NFL, but I'm just gonna take one day at a time, prepare day by day, and just be ready when my name's called. So
What is the best part of your game to you? What do you think you need to work on more?
I think probably one of the best parts of my game is probably the ability to process information and being accurate with the football. Um, Obviously, you can always get better at processing information. I'm definitely not at my ceiling yet, so I definitely got to work on that still. And Coach Siri is definitely gonna help me with that because he's done so well with just the knowledge of the game and the IQ of the game. So I'm definitely very excited to be with him, and he's gonna be able to develop me in that aspect. And I think I'm a smart quarterback, so I had that. I can pick up things quickly, so I think it's going to be good for Coach Siri to be throwing things at me, taking a lot of notes, and doing all that stuff. And then I like to think I'm very accurate with the football. I don't miss a lot. If you look at my film, I don't I don't miss targets. I just like there's not a lot of clips of me just missing a wide open guy. So I like to think I'm accurate. And the one thing I do think I can improve on obviously is processing information and probably getting a little bit quicker. I mean, I have some great running film today. This year, I hit 19.9 miles an hour because we have the little catapults in our pads. I hit it in the game, so I definitely always want to get a little bit more quicker and a little more agile. So those are definitely things, just everything developing as a quarterback as a whole. And the coach's series could definitely do that, and that's why I want to be in Hoosier. So yeah.
You obviously are someone that is very well spoken in not only your as just as a person, but as to what you're doing. I think back to myself and when I was at your age, a senior in high school, and I'm like, I would have been an idiot in this interview. Uh, just the knowledge, the thought, the how far along that you are in that processing. Who were some of the guys you looked up to? Who were your quarterback heroes?
I really look up to Joe Burrow and I look up to my brother. Those are probably the top two. Just the way Joe Burrow battled adversity throughout college, sat, and then he had that amazing year. Just the way he persevered through that, persevered through injury, and even now persevering through injury and how he's had that success. It's just amazing to me. And yeah, he's texted me before. He texted me once actually. Um, and my brother obviously just the way I picked up his habits and looked how he's been successful. He's a huge mentor to me, and just I love having him there for me. So it's great.
Yeah, I know there's no way of scheduling for Indiana to be playing Cal Berkeley,
Yeah, yeah.
but how wild would it be if at some way at some point a bowl game presented that opportunity?
I mean, that would be absolutely crazy. I think all of Miami, Florida would be out to that game wherever it is, because like I'm Cuban and there's a lot of like
Ooh.
the just we have a big family, so a lot of our family definitely would have 50 plus people there just to see us. Because that's like a once in a lifetime thing. That would be incredible. I would be super stoked to play that game. You would, no one would understand how excited I would be.
I can only imagine because you both are obviously achieving things at a high level. When's the last time have you been to Cuba?
I've been once when I was little. I went when I was like 12 years old. It's been pretty bad ever since, so I haven't really gone back.
You need to go back, and when you come back, you can bring me some cigars, man.
Yeah. I wasn't growing. I'm third generation. My grandparents were born in Cuba. My parents were born here, and I was.
You're good. That's
Yeah.
very awesome. And we don't hear a lot about Cuban-born players achieving at this level. How important is that for you?
I mean, it's great. My brother obviously is already. They call him the Cuban Cannon up in Cal, so it's kind of funny, but it's just good to be able to put on for my heritage, where my family's from, and be able to pave a path. So it's amazing.
Well, what are they going to call you, man? We'll have to come up with something uh, and leave it to the fans. Don't worry, they'll come up with plenty. But yeah, you seem like such a fun, happy-go-lucky guy, and I have to imagine that comes in very handy at being a quarterback because you have to deal with so many different situations. You talk about processing information, processing the defense, processing the coverage. I know that's what you're talking about, but to just for you to be talking about that and to have that knowledge shows your maturity there. But man, you're just a very relaxed individual. Just coming on here and doing the interview, I can tell how relaxed you are. Have you always been that way?
I mean, it's definitely a trait I've developed throughout high school. I've always had it a little bit, but throughout high school I've definitely developed becoming a leader throughout high school. The past 2 years has definitely been a big 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 like help to all that stuff. So learning from my brother also helped, just picking up traits that he has. So going back to sitting behind my brother, that's another thing that helps. So I've definitely developed in that aspect, and I expect to continue to develop. So the sky's the limit.
Have you communicated with any current Indiana players or any of the other quarterbacks, Tyler Cherry, Rourke, or Taven Jackson?
No, I haven't communicated with any of the quarterbacks, but a couple of the players went on my official visit. There's a kid from Miami, Florida, who's from my rival school, Miami Palmetto, Derek Bowler, that I'm pretty good friends with. So I've been talking to him a bunch. He was my host on my official visit, and some of the other guys, some of the other commits that I saw on my official visit, or the guys that came from with me from JMU, I've been talking to them a bunch, like Jaja Boy, Duke, Mario. So those are some of the guys, and obviously Derek. So I've been in contact with those guys, the quarterbacks. I'm excited to meet them. I haven't met them yet, so must be spending a lot of time with them, and I'm excited to do it. So
Someone asked, "Can you shoot the three?" Because Indiana basketball can always use a 3-point shooter.
I never played basketball. I never played basketball. I'm not an amazing basketball player. I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can be consistent on a 3-point line. So
Are you a basketball fan?
yeah, I'm definitely a basketball fan. I like watching basketball. I'll be at some of the basketball games definitely. Being that I heard it's an amazing atmosphere. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised they didn't get you to come up for a game in Assembly Hall. It will be fun, and that's some of the things that you'll get to do as a student athlete. You're coming through in an era also of an unbelievable change in the college game with NIL and the transfer portal. But NIL, is that something that you think of much, or are you worried about that down the road? Or are you working on that or things? How's that going?
I mean, that's more down the road. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a player, you're a guy, you're gonna get paid, and that's gonna be a plus of being on the field and being great on the field. That's a plus from that. So it's kind of more as when you play, you're gonna get more NIL, and that's how it worked for my brother too. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not too fixated on that. I'm just worried about um, being the best quarterback I can be. And like I said before, just developing to whatever. And when I get my shot to be on the field, that so be it, and I'm gonna make the most of it. So yeah.
Next year, Indiana's schedule has them, although the divisions went away in the Big Ten this year, thank goodness. Uh, Indiana will all still play Michigan and Ohio State and Washington and at UCLA, just amongst others, Nebraska. What when you put that in your mind, saying, "Okay, next year I'm going to be on a football team that's playing against Michigan in the college football playoffs, Washington in the college football playoffs, Ohio State barely missed the playoffs, Nebraska, who was on the uprise but a very very famous name, all of those, UCLA in the Rose Bowl." That has to be in itself just an exciting feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely very exciting. Just it's wild to think that, and I'm just gonna prepare every day to be in that situation and just get mentally prepared, physically prepared, and yeah. So it's pretty wild.